You have to do it.
Yeah.
It's a part of it. You have to do
Your brother gained weight?
Yes. Stevie looked like shit. Go.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Everybody have a good time tonight. 2, 3, 4. Everybody have a good time tonight.
Hi, everybody. I'm the new guest.
I fucking cocksucker. You fucking cocksucker. I know. I said don't talk until I introduce you. You fucking cocksucker.
I misunderstood.
You know what I mean? I'm not even. No. Start over.
That was my fault.
We start over.
That was my fault.
Go ahead.
5, 4.
Everybody, Jew. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
Bobby Lee's podcast, TigerBelly.
We got, all right, fuck it. We got Khalyla.
I told you she'd bark.
We got fucking Gilbert. And we have this fucking guy.
This guy.
Old guest. I mean, new to us, but he's an old friend of mine. His name is Ari Shaffir. And give him a fucking round of applause. Hi, everybody. Yeah, Ari Shaffir. Ari Shaffir and I have had... We've had a deep fucking path.
A long and storied history?
Yeah, and you know, I'm going to say this right now.
Yeah, man.
There was a point in my life...
Why aren't you looking at me when you're saying this?
I'm saying right now. I'm gonna look at you now.
Okay.
There was a point in my fucking life.
Yeah.
Where I swear to God.
Yeah.
I hated you more than I hated anyone else on planet fucking Earth.
I was number one because you killed off Freddie, so I was next.
I never hated Freddie Soto.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't like me that much.
Freddie mostly ignored you.
Yeah, he ignored me. But
I chose a different route.
But let me say this.
Yeah.
You can bring up Freddie Soto if you want to, which you did, right? But all those fucking the darkness from my past,
yeah,
it's all resolved itself.
Hey man,
look at Eleanor. Look at Eleanor.
Yeah,
Eleanor what's her last name?
Carrington,
right?
No, Kerrigan.
Was friends with a comic named Freddie Soto, who was one of my favorites. He was one of the best comics in the country.
Yeah.
He died, but Eleanor fucking hated me. What do you do? What are you guys doing?
It's on you.
He thought it was blocking the camera.
Eleanor,
what the fuck are you guys doing, man?
Secret codes.
Oh yeah. So what I'm saying is that that's resolved itself.
Yeah.
You and I have resolved itself. Resolved.
Yeah.
But
I want to hear it from the very beginning.
Well, how we met?
Everything.
I used to host the open mics at the Comedy Store.
Yeah, but I wonder if that's when I met you. No, because when I started, Oshak was hosting. You were just there. You were just a guy who was like hanging out with it because you had just finished being an employee.
Right.
So you were still like related to the employees.
Yeah, I was an employee at the Comedy Store. I was a open micer, essentially. I had nothing going on. Really, I had nothing going on, right?
Carlos started taking the road a little bit.
Right. Mencia started taking me on the road a little bit. And then I met Ari. But you were younger than me.
Yeah.
Were you working at the store too?
Yeah, I got a job there.
You got a job
pretty quick. I think I did 3 open mics, and then I was like, it was easier to get a job, not to draw to the hat.
Yeah. And him and I became friends, I think instantly, probably, right?
Yeah, you took care of some of the younger guys. You really was like, hey, do you need advice?
Yeah.
Do you need help?
I did, didn't I not?
Yeah,
Say that again. Say it again.
You gave some tips on like, hey, man, when you ask the crowd if they've seen a movie and you just sit there waiting, I think this is your advice. Like, I think it was like Star Wars. Like, did you guys see Star Wars? And no one clapped. You're like, why are you waiting? You're going to do the bit anyway. Just say,
oh, right, yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen Star Wars, but, and then go into it.
You go into it,
like an idiot. And I was like, yeah, I guess I am.
It was you. Was Morgan Murphy ahead of you? Probably later, huh?
No, she was open mic. She never employed there, but Nick Youssef, Taylor,
all those guys, yeah.
Yeah, a few guys that we forgot because they faded away. They're probably my best friend. I have no idea who they are.
Oh, yeah. What, Joey Marmo?
Right.
He was
remember
in
my class, yeah.
Right, yeah, but...
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it,
right. Remember Mike Ricca?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, back
sure,
then.
Ricca.
But then we became friends, and then what happened? So then I got Mad TV.
You got Mad TV. We went down to San Diego together.
Right.
You borrowed a bunch of. I can bring up old shit, right? You borrowed a bunch of money for pills.
Yeah. Do we ever go to brothels together?
Yes.
In Mexico too?
In
Tijuana launch pads.
Adelitas?
Where the Adelitas? Yeah. Is that where you guys met? So nice.
I was 16 at the time.
So nice. Oh wow.
Well, so you and I went to Adelitas.
Yeah, you told me. You're like, hey, tip him. I'm like, what? You're like, yeah, it's gonna be 72. Just give him 100. Just put it on the table. You're like, why? Like, then they'll know to work harder.
Right. Because people
were
don't know.
pro.
I'm a smart guy and I'm crafty.
Yeah.
And I think things through. And the thing is also you tip the guy that cleans the room.
Because he's got the worst job in the world. In terms of dirty jobs, you know that show Dirty Jobs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has Mike Rowe actually been to
Oh,
Adelitas
yeah.
then?
Yeah.
The Tijuana jizz cleaner for $1
Yeah.
is the worst job in the world. Because it's $72 is what you get, is you pay. 60 for the girl,
Yeah.
which I don't know how much she gives out to the guy, to their pimp. 11 for the room,
Yeah.
1 for the jizz cleaner.
Yeah. And he was grateful for it. Like, it wasn't like, here's $1. He was like, oh, that's it. He was like, gracias. He was very excited about it.
He was like, hey, man, I'm going to clean up jizz anyway. Now I'm getting paid for it.
There was this guy that I worked with at the Brocktonville, this restaurant, and his dad had something to do with the KFC chain. Like, he was high up. So he had a lot of money, this guy. But he also was waiting tables with me, this kid. But he was a fat kid. And he would get, like, 3 girls, right? And not have sex, but just eat their buttholes.
That's it?
In
stripper-
Tijuana. In
stripper
Tijuana.
That's something only a rich kid would do. It's like
By the way-
pay money to work.
Yeah, you shouldn't even. Yeah.
Right.
You shouldn't even kiss them,
I know.
let alone eat butthole.
Yeah, and he was a guy that was. I was like, it's just one of those guys that like he went to Nom. He didn't, but he had that jaded vibe about him, right?
Yeah.
Like he just went to Nom, right? But that was a seedy place. So you and I went there, and then I got Mad TV, and then I got sober. I went to rehab.
Yeah.
You broke
got
me out of
sober. You got almost thrown out of my TV. Yeah, they made you go to rehab.
rehab. Made me go to rehab, and then I called you one night when I was at that place. And Ari was living in LA, and I go, I'm leaving. And then, like,
Leaving what?
I go, I'm leaving rehab.
Oh, cool. All right. That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
But you need to drive to San Diego to pick me up.
Yeah, at first it was like, you need to pick me up. I was like, oh, okay. At like 2 a.m, I was like, yeah, okay, where? You're like, far. Way farther than you were thinking when you said yes.
Did the 2 girls come after that in the hotel room?
The 2 girls was the weekend we went to the Adelitas. The 2 girls is the one we went to Adelitas. We stopped into this spot at the PB Brew House.
Yeah. There was a club. There was like an open mic at the PB Brew House.
No, but it was a show.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got me on. For
Yeah.
sure. And we were gonna do La Jolla the next day.
Right.
Like, that was Wednesday, and then we're gonna do the La Jolla the next day.
Right.
And while I was on, we were talking to these 2 girls.
Yeah.
One real hot and one just gross.
Yeah.
And you were like, and I bombed.
Yeah.
And you were like, hey, Ari, we got these 2 girls. Am I this in my set? And you were like, no. I was like, okay, cool. If they didn't see that, then I still got a chance.
Yeah.
And at first they were like, oh, we're meeting guys. And you're like, well, just sit here. You know how Bobby does it. Just sit. Let me
Yeah.
touch your
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah,
Touch your
yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah.
And then after a while, like, I guess we don't have to meet the guys. And we'll hang out with you. And it's like, hey, come back with us.
Yeah.
I did a story about this actually. Come back with us. And you're like, okay, but they're like, we got to move our bikes. And then we got back to our bikes. Their bikes were stolen.
Oh yeah. Their bikes were stolen.
And they started crying.
Yeah.
They started crying, and Bobby's like, "Don't cry." They're like, "But our bikes." The tears are coming down their face.
Yeah.
Our bikes. And then Bobby's like, "How much were they?" Like, mine was $400. His was $200. And he goes, "Here's
$400 bike?
Yeah. I
You're
can't
like,
get money.
here's
I got
$750. Here, take this.
And let me just say something right now. All right. Only good people do shit like that.
That's pretty
Man,
charitable.
no,
of
Right.
you.
no one gives it up for Bobby like Bobby.
Right. So then what happened? So I give the money.
Yeah.
To pay for the fucking bikes.
Yeah,
I don't know these girls.
Their tears went right back up and into their
eyes.
eyes.
No, they're gonna buy a new Schwinn or whatever whatever the hot bike could do.
Oh, they got the runners on the side of the handlebars with the trailers.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick second to grab
Oh
Logan.
man, what the fuck, bro? You can't bite that hard.
Yeah.
I told you she would interrupt
I don't know what to
this whole
do.
thing.
Put him in the cage.
Now you're going in a cage, motherfucker. That's what you get.
Put him in the
bitch.
cage.
Yeah, why don't you bite him like you bought me? That wasn't even playful. Come here. You scratch.
Uh-oh.
You gotta
Oh
put her in the
yeah.
crate.
Oh, Bobby's gonna eat you. Now you got eaten.
What are you doing right now, dude?
Wait, what year was all this happening?
This was 2000. I don't know, 2ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he called me one day and he said, "Hey, we're going to San Diego." And I was like, "Okay, wait." He goes, "I need you to drive." And I'm like, "Why do you need me to drive?" He goes, "I've been up for 36 hours on pills,
Oh,
so I need to sleep. So I'm not gonna be able to drive." He goes, "You can use my car, but I can't do it." So we
get
drove the whole
these
way.
girls.
Oh, we also got stuck in fucking it was supposed to take us like 2 hours to get there. It took us like 12 hours to get there. Remember that? We had to piss in water bottles. I told you we were on the highway. Stop. Dead stop. Then I'm like, there's a rest stop there. Go get us snacks. And you're like, no. What if it picks up? Like, it hasn't picked up for 2 hours. We went 30 meters in 2 hours.
Yeah.
I was like, just run across the highway and get it.
Yeah.
And he goes, no. And we fought over a payday.
Oh my god. Yeah, we did. Yeah. Did we finish the girl part?
No, I want to.
So then we go to PB, and then we go.
So we know now the hotel that I'm at now is at the Grand Colonial Hotel.
It's a nice hotel.
Really nice hotel.
Yeah. Two beds.
2 beds. Really nice.
La Jolla?
Yeah. And always this happens to me, right? I pay for the fucking bikes.
You got the hot girl.
And I got the hot girl who doesn't want to touch me. And the ugly one wants to fuck Ari.
Yeah, she doesn't get a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Comedians.
So now I'm in a closet.
There are researchers, scripts.
Right. With the fucking hot one.
Oh yeah, so we're both on each other's beds. Like he's on his bed, I'm on my bed with my girl. He's on his girl, and we're like making out. I've never done anything like this. I've had sex with like 3 or 4 girls at the time, maybe 4.
Yeah,
maybe 5.
Because he looked really Jewy back then.
Yeah.
Right, he looks good. I think you look better now. When you were younger, it was like
dork
Beaker.
Yeah.
From the Muppets. Like you look weird. Yeah. So
we're making out. I hear on the other bed. Could I just touch your shoulder? How about I just touch your shoulder?
Yeah.
What if I do this? I'm just gonna put the back of my hand on your knee.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying not to
We
laugh.
still play that game.
Do you really?
Yeah.
He still asks me if he can touch my shoulder.
Bobby's
But
all
why
about
were you in the
consensual.
closet?
Because I knew that my girl didn't want to fuck me.
Yeah.
Or do anything with me, but I know that he was about to get some action.
And it's
Yeah.
weird. We're both in the same room.
We're in the same room, so I'm like,
The closet was huge. The closet was the size of this room.
yeah,
Oh.
a
like a
big
walk-in
walk-in
closet.
closet. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like Oprah shoe
And
closet.
nothing was in it.
Okay.
And I, being the good person,
Again.
even though, and I'm also paying for the room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give my friend a layup, and I'm gonna go in the fucking closet.
What did you tell her to get her in a closet?
Get in the fucking closet.
No, he just took he's like, let's go in here. He put all the blankets, and he's like, let's go have a sort of hang out in the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna do like a Cambodian attack, the sex attack.
Yeah.
What's the Cambodia?
You put him in a little hole, you know what I mean?
Pol Pot, little Pol Pot
little
action.
Pol Pot action. Get him scared, you know what I mean? Put him in an enclosed room, and turn the lights off.
And then
make
after
it spooky.
Yeah, after a bit, we left. We drove him back. Went to Denny's, and Bobby's like, "You're paying for Denny's." I'm like, "Why am I paying for Denny's?" And he's like, "Because I don't have any money at the time." He's like, "Because you got laid and I didn't." And I was like, "I didn't get laid." And he goes, "I know you did." I'm like, "I did not." And then he's like, "Let's go back to the room. I want to show you something."
Yeah.
And he showed me in the closet. There's a ventilation grate.
Yeah.
And he goes, look at this. Look, and it looked straight
Right.
up towards my bed.
Yeah.
Straight up the gut of
Are
where my
you out of
legs.
your? I've seen this guy fuck, bro.
Did you jerk off to it?
No.
Because the other girl was in the room with him. Who was what was she saying?
That's
Don't
what I was
touch me.
curious.
He was so skinny. He looked like Auschwitz. I mean, it was
like
really sick. But yeah, I mean, she was cute. I thought. No, she was ugly.
She was young. Right
Yeah.
now, I'd probably be into it because she was 22, 23. But
Oh,
like
yeah.
then it was like kind of grody.
Yeah. And then so we did that.
Yeah, and then you were like, and your rule was, hey, here's the deal. We're going down. We're going to do spots. If either one of us, and he needed to get pills in Tijuana. But he goes, if either one of us get laid, we're not going to get hookers. But if we do get laid, no hookers. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I did get laid, and you were like, hookers anyway.
Yeah. Well,
Always
because
the rule.
what about
So
me?
good. Yeah, I know.
What about me?
Yeah.
I went down. That was the last. I just want to say that the truth is, I think that was the last times I ever went down there.
I've only been there 2 times, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's so
It's
dingy,
so
and,
dingy and
gross,
gross,
but it's
man.
so
I had
foreign.
those experiences as a girl.
It's not for girls.
I know. I'm saying like just to have just to go across the border and just fuck some like hooker
Eat
dudes.
awful street burritos and like
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of girls would really have fun with that type of experience.
some
it was
girls
like
do
safe.
go, but it's just not for them.
Also, with the pills and stuff, gives you that extra danger because you have to take all the like tinfoil off of the pill jars.
Yeah.
Because you have to stuff it with a lot of cotton so it doesn't rattle. So you
Yeah.
have to tape it to your body and walk across. So not only are you like,
So he got a Tylenol. He bought so many pills. You know those Tylenol pill bottles that are about the size of like this, like 2 inches high.
Yeah.
So Bobby's like, no, I'm buying the fucking 300 pill bottle because that's how many pills he bought and filled that up, and it was like the size of this water bottle.
yeah,
and
yeah,
he's fucking putting that in
yeah,
his tank.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I tape it to my body, and you have to like balance yourself when you're walking across the metal detectors.
Yeah.
Because there's dogs.
Jesus.
right? And there's like border patrol, the whole fucking
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah, you
and you're
walk.
trying to not to shake. And I didn't. You know why? Because I'm fucking agile. I'm agile. I'm like that little guy
ninja,
from the Ocean's 11, that little Asian guy. That
Oh yeah, the
yeah, that guy.
contortionist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm fat now. I
Yeah.
wasn't fat then.
You weren't thin.
I know, but look at what I look like now.
Yeah, now you're gross. Back
Yeah.
then you was bad.
I look weird now, huh?
You look different for sure.
Right. I look different.
Tell him about your plans to get beard implants.
Yeah, I'm gonna get beard implants.
Beard implants.
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can grow a beard.
Yeah. What?
I've just never heard of that.
Well, I know, and I'm gonna do
They
it.
take it from your head and just put
Why
it
don't you
in
get
your-
Sankapool?
What's that?
Sankapool. Oh yeah, you know about Sankapool.
Yeah, from watching your act a long time ago.
Yeah. You get your eyes.
Oh, eyelids.
Yeah, eyelids.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're so smart. You fucking remember so many fucking things, dude.
Sankapool. I didn't know when I said it, I didn't know if it was that. I meant that, or
Yeah.
the thing where you stab yourself because you're dishonoring your
Yeah,
family.
that's Japanese, and that's Harry Carey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Harry
so
Carey. Yeah.
Sankapool.
Sankapool is the eye operation. God,
The
that's
eyelids.
so.
And with a nice accent too.
Yeah. Sankapool, yeah. And then what happened was
It's so weird when you think
we
about
get back
So you
to
guys were
LA and
BFFs.
we're friends.
it.
And
We were
then-
BFFs. That was a great trip. And then, I had to get
And
back.
there's a photo. If you go to the main room right now, there's still a photo of me and Ari on the top corner in one of those smaller rooms.
Yeah, we took on Hollywood Boulevard, one of those like photo booths. But
Yeah.
it did one of those
Aw,
fake drawings, so
yeah,
it looks like
yeah.
it's drawn.
Yeah.
We took that right after we saw this black dude running down the street with 2 boxes of sneakers, like running down the street, whereas like it took him like 30 seconds to get to us.
Yeah, yeah, I
And this
remember
Armenian
that.
guy running behind him, like, "Oh, you stop! You steal my stuff! You stop!" And me and Bobby just watched him run right past us, and we're like, "Wow!" Did nothing to help.
Also, Hollywood Boulevard then is not what it's like now.
Oh right.
I mean, when I used to drive from high school up to Hollywood Boulevard, you would have like women just with their titties out like prostitutes. I mean, it was really,
Grimy.
really grimy and scary. But so anyway, Ari, we stood in comedy, this and that. I'm still on Mad, and then Ari meets Natasha Leggero,
Yeah.
and you guys live together.
No, we just dated.
Oh, you didn't live together? No. And then you were in love?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, deeply.
Yeah, I was in love.
Of course he was.
yeah.
No man would ever go through all of that and beat you up for 3 weeks.
Wait,
in a row.
let's
Okay,
get
yeah,
to it.
right,
Let's
right.
hold.
But everyone knows
Yeah,
this.
I know,
Build it up.
but
Build it up, yeah.
yeah. So you've seen Natasha. It's cool. And then I'm on Mencia. I bring Ron Peterson to the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
She's performing in the belly room.
Yeah,
right.
TigerBelly room.
Yeah, TigerBelly room. And he says, "That girl's hot." I go, "Yeah, she's dating my friend Ari." He's like, "I don't care. I don't know him."
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. So I go down to the OR to just set. He stayed up there. He got her number. Right.
Yeah.
She. Then we leave. I don't know anything about it at that point. But apparently he's now
Sending
Wooing
her,
her.
like, love letters,
letters, sending her
flowers.
flowers,
Yeah.
taking her to like the opera.
Oh,
That was like
fancy.
right towards the right as we were breaking up. That was
Right.
the opera. That was like I think one of their first dates or something.
How did you find out about it?
About what?
Him.
I had her password for her email, and I was reading the fucking love letters he was sending her.
Boom.
And you went crazy.
I mean, I was like, what do I do here? I was thought of like just blocking his email so that she
Yeah.
wouldn't know. So then it would be like, I guess he's not emailing me anymore.
Right.
But then I was like, no, I'll let her make the right decision. That's a mistake. Never trust a woman.
where were you at in your career at this point?
Zero.
Were you- Okay.
He was an.
I just need like just
I was
perspective.
I wasn't.
'cause-
I was even a paid regular. I don't know. I might have just been going up in the belly room.
So here's this guy who's wooing her with the opera and everything. All these
Yeah,
like,
he's got
fancy
money.
things.
He's got money.
Okay,
He's
got
on
it,
Mad
got it.
TV. He's
on
got
a
money.
TV show.
Yeah.
And right around then too, I started noticing. One time I was at Natasha. She was in a studio apartment, and I noticed this other guy was flirting with her. And here's how I noticed because I was on her computer. It was kind of a room like this, but like say a bed over there, and I was a computer over here. And she took a phone call and then went to the kitchen.
Oh.
And I was like, that's weird. Why you walked away? I'm thinking that, and then I looked to see who that was. I was like, okay, it's this guy flirting with you. When I went and looked, when I decided like, I think it's time for me to be jealous. I found stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
It was like I was right to be jealous.
Yeah.
Right.
But before that, I was like, no, I didn't trust her.
But you were also in love, I think.
Oh, with her?
Yeah.
For sure,
For
man.
sure.
For sure.
So he is now suffering.
Yeah, I'm suffering.
Pure suffering.
Yeah, and I knew he was sending her flowers because he said something in one of his emails like my delivery it was late today. Sorry, it'll be there tomorrow for the flowers. And I went over to her place and I saw the flowers and I was like, what are the? And she was like, she realized that I knew.
Yeah.
And she was like, are you gonna hit me? And I was like, what? No.
Yeah.
Jesus. What you did it before?
I'm gonna hit Bobby instead.
Hit you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a sad thing. Hit you? Jesus.
And then, so then what? And so then
I was, crying in the bathtub.
Oh no.
Oh
yeah, man.
And Bobby called me, and Bobby called me, and was like, "Hey, what happened?" I saw them. I was driving down Sunset or down Hollywood. I saw them going into the opera.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" And you're like, "Yeah, I saw them go to the opera, and I don't know what it is. I just want to know." And I pieced together the pieces that you were calling me because Ron was like, "Hey, find out if they're still dating or if they fully broke up."
Oh, I did not know this part of the story.
I pieced it together after.
okay.
When I was
Hold on.
free
So
of it a
you're
little bit.
telling me
All right.
that you were conspiring
No,
in the
He
cheating?
was caught in the middle, to be
No,
honest.
I'm going to say this. And okay, let's just get this straight.
Yeah.
Oh, there are two sides to every story.
Bitch, I swear to fucking God. Just listen to what I have to say first, okay? Listen to what I have to say first.
Okay.
And then you chime in, all right?
Okay.
Whether that be true or not.
Whether that be true or not.
It could
Yeah.
be true,
Yeah.
right?
For sure.
You know what? It's true.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry. Okay, it's true. I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw that out there.
Okay.
All right? I'm going to man up.
What
and
a
look at it right now,
revelation.
all right?
It's all Natasha and
But the thing is that the thing that made you angry
Yeah.
didn't happen, which is you thought that I had set them up.
Right. Well, I found out that he was showing you the love letters you were sending all the time. I think you told me that.
Yeah.
And then it was like, but you're like, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. But
And
I
honestly,
did not
yeah,
set them.
I was heartbroken.
It was a surprise to me
That they were like-
and shocking to me
Yeah.
that they were, seeing each other
Yeah.
because I felt responsible.
I'm trying to think now with no emotion behind it now. If okay, let's put it on here. If I'm trying to think who I don't know, Fahim started like hooking up with you and he was like, hey Ari, I'm like, she's flirting back with me.
Right.
I'm trying to think now, unemotionally involved. If I'd be like, oh no, Fahim, you can't do that. That's
Right.
Bobby's girlfriend. Or if I'd be like, this is weird. I don't want to.
Or what if we had already hooked up? Would you tell Bobby?
It's
or
different.
would you?
I'll tell you why it's different.
Okay, yeah.
I'll tell you why it's
Give me
different.
the good comparison. So
I'm going to tell you why it's different. The difference is this: is that I'm new on Mad.
So
a couple years in.
Yeah, a couple
He's new
years,
also. It's still in Mad terms. That's pretty
Okay.
new.
Okay.
You're not a regular yet. You're still
We're in the Mad
featuring
terms,
or
yeah.
whatever. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And here's a guy who. He didn't get the show. He didn't audition. What happened was Martin Short.
well, they needed more white people.
No, but Martin Short found him in Canada.
Oh, right, he's
And
Canadian.
personally came down with Ron.
Oh, that's why he went right back to Canada. When
Right. So he had Canadian heat on him.
Yeah.
Right. And these people that I'm in a situation now where it's I want Ron to like me. I love you.
Yeah.
But I'm in a situation. Okay.
You were always back then too, always worried about everyone liking you.
Yes,
So it was hard.
I know now people hate me. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've accepted it. That's fine. That's what the world is.
One time I asked Bobby, we were in a car together, and we were talking about somebody who didn't like him, and I was like, and this is when we were still like really good friends before any of this. I was like, how come so many people hate you? And he was like, what? I'm like, I don't know, man. Like a lot of, I didn't even know. I was just like questioning, like, why? Like,
Yeah.
He was like, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't know, man. Like 5 people that I know hate you.
I know.
And it's not like they all hate you from the same like party that you got drunk at or
Yeah.
something like that. It
I
was,
was
like
hated.
different hatreds.
I was also hated in San Diego when I started.
And I was like, mostly, you're like, I don't know nothing. I'm like, maybe it's your voice or something, man. It's something people hate.
I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah.
Okay? I am going to tell you why.
Yeah.
All right? And the reason why I don't have a lot of enemies now
Yeah.
is that when I started,
Yeah.
it's all I had. Comedy.
Yeah.
It's all I had. Nothing gets in the way.
Right.
All right? I was very opportunistic.
Yeah.
I cut through corners.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, and I did everything I could, and yes, I created some enemies.
Yeah.
And in many situations, I was unlikable. I admit that I was young. All right.
Yeah.
I'm 45 now. I was in my 20s,
You're 20.
and I
Different
regret
guy.
it.
Different guy.
I regret it.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, Anyway.
No, I like this.
Yeah, this is good.
I like the emotion.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
right?
So Bobby called me for intel for him, and I was like, at first I was like, and then when I realized,
But then you
that's
told me
what
to
did.
break into his office to get things.
Yeah, I was like, go into his office and see what she's been writing him.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have back then on Hotmail. She had a Hotmail account.
Yeah.
Hotmail,
You could either set it to like save your sent messages
Yeah.
or not. In
Right.
Gmail now it just
Right,
saves.
right.
And so I was like, I couldn't see what she was sending him.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, go in there and find out. And you're like, I don't know.
And then you say, this is what you said to me.
What?
You said, if you don't do it,
Yeah.
that means that you set them up.
Oh right.
Which was so absurd to me that his computer is at Fox. Right? We're on a television show.
Yeah, well,
so I have to
sketch.
fucking break into this Canadian guy's office, somehow find his code.
No, he's already logged in.
I probably would have done it now.
Yeah.
But then and I that night, so then Friday comes around.
And then
I
it sort of
see you.
slowly hit me. I was like, oh, you were calling for intel. You weren't calling to say, hey, I saw somebody driving down the street. You didn't drive down the street and happen to see Natasha and Ron going into an opera.
Okay. Well,
Now it's making sense.
You little snake,
And then it's
Bobby.
like, so I'm like, you know what? Fuck him.
right.
And then I saw you at the store.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, dude, like, it hit me now where you were on this. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty mad. And you're like, and then the way you were smiling, like, could I just say one thing? Let me just say one thing.
right.
Let me just say one
Oh,
thing. And I was like,
God.
Bobby, get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away
you
from
know
me.
what? I'll admit I did that.
And you're like, let me just say, I was like, I don't think you hitting, like, how much is this hurting me? You're like, let me just say one thing. I'm like, dude, get the fuck away or I'm going to hit you. And then you kept doing it. And then I just punched you and you fell. So you didn't even give me the satisfaction of fighting back.
But you kicked me while I was down there.
Yeah, well, you were down.
Kick a man while he's down.
Yeah, because it's easy. You can't punch a man while he's down.
That's
Can
weird.
I say something?
Yeah.
Please. Question.
You know, Bobby has told this story.
Yeah.
Probably a good 12 times over the course of 90 episodes on this podcast.
Wow, not
and
bad.
every time it's always made me feel like, God, Ari is a fucking dick. Like for 3 weeks in a row, this is the first time where I completely see it your way. You're a fucking snake, Bobby.
All right, stop.
And I know that little smile thing he does.
Yeah, it's like infuriating if you're angry. If you're not angry, then it's fine, no big deal.
Oh,
But if you're
I'm getting
it's like,
angry for you. It is-
anytime you hear a story and you're like, wow, that's fucking crazy, you got to stop and go, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I probably don't have all the details. Yeah. Because that's not normal, what I'm hearing. That guy just started yelling at you for no reason. And you're like, there's more shit.
All right.
It always sounded unprovoked.
Right.
All right,
That's what
Khalyla,
Steve
I
Trevino.
wanted to say
Steve Trevino was
this.
like,
I
Ari,
wanna say
peaceful
this.
Ari punched someone for no reason? That
Peaceful
seems,
Ari.
All right.
seems weird.
All right. I'm going to defend myself.
Okay.
All right.
You were young.
No, that's not the defense. All right. I was known to help a lot of young guys.
No, I believe that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I felt like, you know, Ari's helped me, but I've helped him a lot. We were friends. We've had these experiences, right? That's the reason why I'm done with John Caparillo. I'll say it on the fucking thing.
Yeah.
You're going to
It's
get
because-
20 texts.
No, because I felt like I helped that kid.
Yeah.
Right? And there was no respect, you know, coming from his end. And that's where right?
Animosity.
So, you know, when you kick me in the face, while I was
It was the face, not the body.
You guys, I mean, body too. You should have seen. You should have seen
Yeah.
afterwards. They're like, Bobby, you're up. And then, as we got separated, and then he was up, and he was like, well, I got to do my spot. So I went and did his spot, and his face started swelling up while he was on stage.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. So he was starting
And
to scratch.
Steve
and then went to,
Renazizi, by the way,
Oh,
Yeah.
he was there, yeah.
he was the cover booth guy.
it was happening right in front of him. Like, Bobby was talking to Steve. I went to check in. I saw Bobby. And I was like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, and then Steve was there, and it took him probably about a good 2-3 minutes to get.
No, 45 seconds, but that was enough for a punch, down, kick. 45 seconds is a long time.
How long did? Okay, let me ask you this.
I think even
how
30
long would it?
seconds.
How long would it take you if you wanted to going mid speed from the cover booth to where I was?
If it was two people I knew, okay, there might be a second like, wait, what the fuck is happening? Like, what's happening? Like to grasp it.
Yeah.
And then we realized like, I gotta do something.
10 seconds.
20 seconds. With the I go run out, come around. 20 seconds tops. This
Right.
is 45.
So 45 seconds.
Yeah.
So 30 seconds of watching.
Oh yeah.
Entertainment.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that happened.
God, it felt
I
good.
went
It
up
felt
and
so
I
good
went to the.
kick you. That when the leg like stops. My body. Like you kick a soccer ball, your leg goes through the soccer ball. You keep going.
Yeah.
It just like it's not like kicking a wall, but like just like
Yeah.
it felt so good.
It felt great, yeah. And then I went to the management of the store.
Freddie told me when he found out too. He's like, "Wait, you can punch him? I didn't know that was a possibility." All this time I was trying to like mentally fuck with him, but I didn't realize you could just punch him.
Yeah. I went to the manager of the store and I go, I demand for him to get banned.
Band was like the worst thing that could happen at the
and
store.
they said no. They
Who
said
was the
no.
manager back then?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
So a week goes by,
Yeah.
and then but here's the thing, the psychology behind it.
Yeah.
The thing is that
Was
you
that the
were
only person
mad
that ever
about
beat you up?
it. Punched me? No.
Okay.
There's been other people that punched me, but I also owed you money.
You owed me $5,000.
$5,000.
Wow.
So a lot of it has to, and it took me a long time to even get him the money back.
Yeah. Which
He
he was
was-
making that much in a week, and I eventually had
Yeah.
to start borrowing money to pay my rent.
So that's where I think his resentment was. Partly.
Yeah, I needed,
little bit,
I
I
needed the
think.
money for sure.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
felt justified and be like, this motherfucker didn't even pay back my money. I'm
But
borrowing
also,
money from
I'm the one that
chemicals.
got him a commercial agent for him to have money.
But Bobby's the only kind of guy who will bring that over your head all the time. Everyone else is like, let me help you, and then never think about it again.
All right.
Bobby's like, you owe me.
All right,
constantly.
that's all right.
Aqua.
It wasn't Aqua then, right? Was it?
Aqua, yeah.
It was
Oh,
Aqua
no,
then.
it was Origin back
Origin back then, yeah.
Yeah.
So then the week later, you come up to me and say, I want my money. And you strangled me in the hallway.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Because I remember because there was
Different
blood.
move for the second
I was like, it was like a 2-finger.
Yeah.
I was like
Go ahead.
this, like that, and then you were like, you didn't like. I was like, hey, I want my money.
Yeah.
Just these and then you were like, you started coming towards me.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, and I just started squeezing.
Why would
Yeah.
you go
I
towards
had a
him?
long nail because he was like, what the
Yeah, he had
was fighting back.
one of those long, like
Like
It was like a
nails?
coke nail.
coke
but
nails.
it
And it
wasn't
dug
for
right
coke.
into the skin and it started bleeding.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
I went upstairs because this is when I was dating Sarah,
Yeah.
right? And she was upstairs doing some sort of Adam
I
Barnard.
wanted to fuck her to get back at you. I was like, I'm not even into it, but I was like, yeah, I think I'll do this to try to like
I think I'll do this.
hurt you. Right after you broke up, I was like, I know you still care.
Yeah. Oh my god. So then, it's amazing. This guy, I love it. So now, imagine.
Also, I still only had sex with 7 people. There's no way I could pull her. It wasn't like
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah,
like I
yeah,
just
yeah.
could do it. I'm not Dalia.
So now, at this point, neck bleeding. The week before, he had beat me up. And now I hate him, and I'm scared. Like I literally have like kind of a PTSD kind of a situation where I'm like shocked by it.
Yeah.
It's there's trauma, and no one will help me.
You know how you were young? I was young too. And this is why now when I see people like when they go crazy and it's over like heartbreak, I'm like, oh, you can't judge them. They're not thinking right.
Yeah,
They're young
I get it.
and crazy.
Yeah. But then here's what happened. So then the next week,
saw Nettie.
Ari auditions for Mind of Mencia,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. This is before the Mencia Rogan stuff happened.
Well, yeah. And Mencia wasn't in the auditioning room. It was Robert Morton that hired him because that's what Robert told me, that you would audition for.
Yeah, I think it was
somebody.
a woman casting director.
But like they approved it.
Yeah.
Robert Morton approved it.
Yeah.
But Ari didn't know. So I mean, Carlos Mencia didn't know. So when Carlos finds out that Ari had booked the job in a sketch,
and we were fighting.
he called you and said, "Hey, bro, I can't have you on my show."
No.
What?
Oh, they just said they brought out the part. He didn't call me at all.
He didn't call you?
Oh, he's the worst, man. He's how much
Oh,
of a
yeah,
liar
he said
is.
he called you.
He's like, oh yeah, man, they just wrote out the part. It's nothing. I was like,
Oh. So he told me that he had called you and said, "Hey, bro, you can't beat up my friend," and all that stuff.
okay. He
That
said
never
something in the
happened.
back. It's like, hey, you gotta stop being at my friend. And then later it was like the part was written out. No, he'll never.
Oh.
yeah.
So anyway, but did you think that I'm the one? Because that's what I think.
Asked him to fire me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You had
wasn't.
nothing.
Yeah. And
I want to let you know right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay. Why would I do that? I didn't even know about it.
Wait, I mean, if your question is why would I do that, the answer is clearly this guy just punched me 2 times. Can you
Yeah.
please get him fired?
Nah. Yeah, but
very obvious
I know,
why
but
you would.
why would I? How would I even know that you got hired and all that stuff?
Oh,
I don't know.
Carlos going, hey, that guy got a job on my show, and you're like, hey, can you get him not that? I'm not saying you did.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's a reason.
Yeah, I didn't
That's a
do
way.
it.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Didn't do it.
Yeah.
All right.
And so then I was like, Bobby got me fired. I was like, well, that's a line in comedy where it's like it's so hard to find jobs. You can't fuck with someone's income. with their trying this career so hard.
Right. So
And I was like, well, I have to punch you now.
Now.
The rest was rageful. This is like, no, this is the right thing to do.
yeah. So I'm at the parking lot at the Comedy Store, and I just hear running. And when you hear running, you just think that people are just jogging, whatever. You don't think that somebody's gonna do a Superman punch from behind.
I was talking to Dave Mashevitz. I saw Bobby, and I go, excuse me, Dave, I have to take care of something. Real calm. Like, I need to take care of this.
Yeah. He just
Bobby
hits
starts
me,
running away. I jumped.
and he hit me from the back, and then I
Fell again.
Fell-
That was your number one defensive move. is
okay.
falling.
I'm saying right now. That's my
Is he
defensive
possum?
move.
Did you wrestle in college? or high
No.
school? College.
How tall are you?
6'3".
Yeah, I'm 5'4".
You have a better base
Center
of gravity. Center of gravity.
yeah.
Yeah. You're one up on that. Plus, you outweigh me by 50 pounds.
Okay. So, George, you're laughing way too hard at that.
You are laughing pretty hard, George. Give it up.
So then I go to the
White side of the room.
Yeah, so I go to the cover booth, not the cover booth. I go to the office.
Yeah.
To call the police.
Yeah.
And Steve Renazizzi
Yeah. To his credit.
pulls the fucking cord out of the wall.
Damn.
So don't call the police.
Yeah.
And his excuse was it was a Friday, and he goes, if Ari goes to prison, he'll stay there over the weekend.
Yeah, because you don't get to see.
And then
it
they
till
banned you.
Monday.
They told me he was calling the police. So like, I left my apartment. I was like, I gotta get out of here because I'll come to my apartment. So I just left, went to like open mic or something, and just like I gotta stay out till like 2 a.m. So the police won't find me.
Right. Did they ban you then? I think for a month or something after that.
They banned me, and then they're like, you can't be beating up Bobby 3 times. 2 is okay, but
The third time.
yeah,
Too
we
much.
have a no beating up Bobby 3 times rule.
Yeah.
And then I was banned, and during when I was banned, I heard Freddie died. Renazizzi called me, said Freddie died, and I couldn't believe it. I lived down the street, like right next to Pink Dot at the store, and I walked down there, and I remember sitting on the curb, like outside, seeing somebody hugging them, and then just like sitting there like crying. And then Don Barris came by. He goes, "Well, I'm glad to see you're respecting the ban and not coming in the building."
Oh, you didn't go in.
Well, not because of that, but just because
Yeah.
like I broke down there. And then it sort of they were like, you have to talk to Bobby and work it out. And so I was like, fine, let's talk.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm like, fine, okay, talk then. And
then-
this is not what I wanted. I was like, then do it.
Yeah, but he would also do this even after he got back in. I'd walk down the hallway and he would just say shit like, "Here's the dumbest guy in the fucking building."
I know what bothered you.
Yeah, things that he knew that would bother me.
Yeah.
You can't even get a thought together. You can't even speak English, dude. And you're born here. You're like, he would say shit
Yeah.
to
No,
get
you're
me
just not-
riled
you're just
up,
not an
and I would
intelligent
just be
person.
like, I can't even come here. I hate this guy. And it was like that for years.
He'd be holding court. There'd be like 4 people around, him and like 3 other people talking. Like, what are you doing? Listening to Bobby's lies? You're lying about something. That's what you do. You lie. So is that? It's just like, oh
I
man,
used to hate him.
I'm just trying to have a conversation. And I'm just
Oh
like,
my god!
nope,
It just
not
came
allowed.
out. Oh my
How
god!
did all your
allowed.
friends
Psycho-
react to all this?
There's
Comedy
some
sort of loves
division.
drama.
There's
Loves
some
conflict.
divisions.
Oh, there was. Okay.
There's some divisions.
That was pretty good psychological
Oh
warfare.
yeah, right.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! I hated him.
Props. Pretty good.
Pretty good, Ari. Very good. And then, how long was it? Years, huh? 5 years?
A few years.
I think 4
Maybe,
years.
Could be 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years of not talking to him at all.
That's
That
crazy.
blows my mind.
Just coming in. I would do this thing that I learned from Dice where I got to stand up for this.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if like 4 people in a circle.
Yeah.
And then like, let's say you guys all talking and you're Bobby, stand up. But let's say the table's not here.
Yeah.
And then everyone's talking and I'll just come in, I'll just go like, hey, so what are you guys talking about? Is everything okay?
Yeah, I used to do that. I used to do
Power
that move.
move.
Yeah, I used to do that
Wow.
move. Yeah, I used to do that move. Yeah.
So fucking
that
rude.
move.
That's a Dice move. It's a good move.
Yeah, it's a good move.
So it's not like you even stayed out of his way. You really like
Oh no.
were.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh Bob, let me fuck with him real quick and then I'll go do my set.
That's crazy.
Dice also has a
my
thing
hobby.
where if people asked, because back then there was no cell phones,
Yeah.
and they would have like these portable ones or whatever.
Cameras.
Yeah, cameras, right? And he would go. If people wanted a photo with him, he'd make us take it.
Yeah.
But we had to crop him out of it.
It was so weird.
Right. So we would shoot it, and then when they got the film back, Dice wouldn't be in it.
Yeah.
It'd be like half their face, like this. So you'd have to angle it and get his shoes. You
You
know
get
what I
it
mean?
real fast.
Amazing.
Right.
The first time he didn't even tell me that was happening. He was like, yeah, I'll take a picture. He never took pictures. Like, I'll take a picture with you. Yeah, Ari, you take the picture. And then he hands it to me, but
Yeah,
then he hands it to me like this and take it, and he just goes,
Yeah, and look at you. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay. And then I took it, and then I didn't know. And they left. He goes, did you get me in it at all? No. It's like, good boy.
Yeah. I mean, you just knew.
I signed so many dice autographs when they were like, all right, send it to the back. I'll sign it. Like, oh, you sign it. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're right here, though. You could just do it.
I mean, one time I was working the door and he came up to me, Ching, we're going to Vegas. And they just let me leave with him.
Wow.
It's
They're like, all right,
amazing.
you're off the door. You gotta go
Amazing.
to Vegas with dice.
Right.
And he called you bad luck, right?
Right. Oh my God, that's another one.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm working the door, right? First of all, he's called me Ching
Yeah.
for 15 fucking years.
Yeah.
I love the guy.
You're like, it's Lee. It's also a stereotypical name. Just go with the one that I already have.
right.
Why put the effort?
Yeah.
But then he goes, it's as Ching, your money.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
racist, right? So he goes gambling in the Bellagio, Mirage, and he lost $500,000 within 12 hours. And I had no money at the time, and he said, if I come up, you're going to get like 10% of my money. So,
like-
because he thought I was good luck.
He thought you
so I
were-
was sitting next to him losing all this fucking money. He would do 10,000 bets.
Wow.
I didn't have a bank account,
Yeah.
right? And then when he lost all that money, we flew back. He didn't talk to me for years, and he told everyone that I was bad luck.
You're a cooler.
I'm a cooler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're a cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the shit that I had to fucking deal with, bro.
Ching, ching.
Right?
Yeah.
Poor Ching. Sorry, Ching.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not bad.
That's sad. Ching,
Yeah.
ching. Oh, man.
And then one day out of the blue, after 5 years of not talking to Ari, I get a call from you.
Yeah.
And what was it?
Well, I sort of just got. I called.
what happened.
I got the number from Renazizi.
Right.
I was like, hey, what's Bobby's number? And he gave me your number, one number off, as if he's like, I don't want to get involved.
Right.
But I remembered it enough to be like, I was like, it's pretty much, is this still his number? So when he gave me one off, I was like, oh, that's definitely not one off from his number.
Right.
I know it's.
I've had the same number for 20
forever.
years.
Yeah.
Don't say it. Don't. He's gonna have to edit it out. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Wow. Good memory.
Gotcha.
That's incredible. Take that out.
Yeah.
You fucking piece of shit.
So what was happening in your life?
I was like, okay, the rage wasn't there anymore, and I was still acting on it, but it was like unbased now at this point. So I'm still like going over to him and like, you idiot, you're so stupid.
It stopped being fun.
Yeah, there's no passion behind it anymore.
Yeah.
The feelings for Natasha were so gone.
Yeah.
Right.
But the feelings for him persisted longer
It
than
was
the
just like you
feelings
get
for
addicted
Natasha.
to your hatred, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe this AA stuff, maybe not, but like,
Oh, one time you said.
oh yeah, this is a good one. This is a good. Bobby was giving. I was dating
no,
this
it
girl.
wasn't. It was no. It was called Yuckaholics. You thought it
Yuckaholics?
was a meeting that I was speaking at, but it was a show called Yuckaholics for AA.
Oh.
And Ari goes, "I'm going to show up to that thing." It's a show, but it was with all AA people doing it in front of AA.
Oh, I thought it was an
people.
AA meeting.
Yeah, it wasn't a meeting.
So you're giving a speech.
And he goes, "I'm going to show up. I'm going to fuck up your speech."
yeah.
That's what he said. So I had.
I
I'm
didn't know
not
where it
fucking
was. I
kidding
might have
you.
gone, but I didn't know where it was.
My sponsor at the time, Richie, and all his sponsees have photos of Ari,
Do not
and
let him
they're
in.
walking around this fucking auditorium to see if they see this fucking guy.
I'm at home. But yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of heartache this guy fucking.
You know what I
caused me.
wanted to do? What's the apology step? What is that?
Ninth step.
No, I was gonna like wait till you talking about. Hey Bobby, what about apology? Where's the ninth step? Have you done that? Because I mean, I haven't heard anything. I'm waiting for that number 9.
Okay, so in this whole time,
Oh
you never actually said, "Hey, I'm so sorry, I fucked up." And I
No,
made
Bobby
you-"
didn't have that in him back then. He was just like, not my fault. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
His blame was
It was never Bobby's fault. Nothing was ever
No,
Bobby's
we
fault.
just stop for a second, all right?
Yeah.
The theory behind it was, and the thing that he told me
Yeah.
was is that I set them up. That's what I thought.
No, I know, but
the
more
anger was about.
The anger was that
Yeah,
you knew
but-
the whole time, never told me. You would listen to you would hit,
Yeah, because
watch his love letters, and I
fuck,
was like,
all
wait,
right,
I'm in love with this
I mean,
girl,
I'm
and you're saying,
sorry.
yeah, it's okay. There you go. Finally, 15 years later.
I'm sorry. I mean,
So I'm,
no, I'm not done. Let me.
Okay.
If I'm going to apologize, let me apologize in the realest way. Let me take my hat off.
The number 9.
Here's the thing. There's no
sir.
justification for it. Okay. And this was wrong, but what I was feeling then was because when I got onto Mad, it wasn't good for me in the beginning.
to get on there.
Yeah. I mean, when I was on, they wouldn't put me on. I had problems. That's why I relapsed.
Yeah, you would always complain about like.
Yeah. It was a terrible thing, and felt like I was caught in between this thing, and I was protecting my own ass, and that was wrong. I should have been more upfront and honest, and I fucked up.
It's hard to have to be like, hey man, that's my friend's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Listen, you do whatever you want. Don't fucking show me this shit.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. And yeah, I apologize. I should have done that. And I by the way, my relationship with him is none.
Who?
Ron.
What happened to
right.
him? So
Went
where
back
did
to
this guy
Canada, I
go?
He
think.
moved to Canada, and
He's like not gay, but like just too into musical theater.
yeah, I know. When they're too deep,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Natasha's like fabulous.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, just like I don't know.
So he just calls me out of the blue. Do we have lunch or what? I don't know what happened.
So I called him. I got his number. Well, so I saw him. I saw Bobby in the front hallway of the store, holding court. You know,
It's 5 years later.
yeah. And then I just didn't have the energy to go in there and be like and break it up. Him having talked with friends, and so I just turned and I walked back into the room and went to find another crowd. But then I was like, well, there's 3 other people there that I would have liked to talk to, and I'm walking away from like conversation that I want over this anger that I don't even have anymore. And I'm just like, you know, it's just moments of realization where you're like, what am I doing? I'm going to change my life.
Yeah.
So I was just going to call. I got your number, and I texted you, and I was like, is this Bobby's number? You're like, no, it's his cousin.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
Andy.
Yeah, and
Andy.
I could sort of believe that. I was like, I could see Bobby just giving his phone to somebody. This is a guy who got his car towed and then just never paid the tow bills, and then eventually they just took it. They just took his car. They auctioned it off.
Yeah.
It was a pretty new car,
Brand new, 2 weeks.
2 weeks old,
Yeah.
and then they just. It was just
Because I didn't know how. I
in a
already said,
towaway zone, and then it's like, just have it.
okay.
Yeah, so I could see him. Just giving his phone to somebody, and I was like, "Oh, well, can you tell Bobby that Ari Shafir, this guy he knows, wants to talk to him, find his number or something?" And then you were like, "I think you were like, yeah, it's Bobby." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, I know." But I was like, "Hey, man, I think I wrote something along the lines of like, I don't want to fight anymore. I get it. I punched you a bunch of times. You don't have to talk to me. I understand if you don't want to, but I'm done being mean to you. I'll avoid you. Stay out of your way." If you want to be friends, that's fine too. But I totally get out of the way. But I'm done being hateful towards you.
Yeah. And then when
When I saw you,
That's
I
it.
punched you right in the fucking
Yeah,
face.
that was
He didn't
it.
see it coming.
that was it. When he contacted me, it was it.
It's so crazy how an apology you can just stop stuff.
You can.
And
Bitter feuds, you can just stop it.
And it went right back to what it was. I think in many ways, it was. I let go of. I had no resentment of that at all, and we've worked together. I've done a show a couple of times in his live shows and stuff, and we actually did one, version of his show with Natasha, Steve,
Right,
Yeah,
I
that was
saw
fun.
and me
Yeah, that was
and
fun.
Ari doing the story vaguely for his show. So
Comics love that story.
yeah,
Like,
so
it's
to
weird.
me it's like under the bridge. It's something that happened. I've had wars with a lot
wouldn't-
of people.
You wouldn't show up the first time. First time I asked him to do the show, he's like, "Yeah, okay." And then he's like, "I stopped getting return texts from him." This is after we're already friends again.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
"I don't think Bobby's gonna come." And I was like, "Dude, come, what the fuck? Are you coming or not?" He goes, "I can't. I have a new girlfriend." And he was like, "I can't talk about the hookers. She doesn't know any of this stuff."
Oh, that's because he didn't know me well
yeah,
enough.
yeah. He's
then.
like, I can't,
He
man.
thought I was a
He
church
was trying to get me to
girl.
go public with the hookers. I can't.
yeah. She knows everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're so much better now that you let everything out of it. Like, just be yourself.
In the beginning, though, you have to hide this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You release it through time.
Well, I think it was a month into us dating, and I came into 2 months after, and I'd never been to his house before because
Really?
he always just came to Long Beach to see me.
Long
I come in here, and
Beach.
it wasn't even a livable, like habitable place. It was just a mound of shoes in here. There was nothing.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to
Fix you.
I'm going to fix you. And while fixing this entire place, I must have found about 90 to 92 pictures of just him spreading hookers' butt cheeks apart.
I love that. You just had pictures.
Not 92. If
Stacks
you're
of them.
listening,
And I was with
you're
my
a
mom.
Christian, listen. All right. There was about 4.
You did such weird stuff
When?
all the time.
I know.
You know what I liked about you? One of the times, the old days. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you go to the fridge, to the freezer, and get the candy bars I had in there? I put some candy bars in
He
there.
does have-
Oh, that was part of the story.
It's on the shelf.
You
Yeah.
had a day where
Sorry,
you
John.
and Stevie
John's like, I don't even work here.
were putting candy bars up your asshole.
Yeah, everyone.
there's a photo of that.
Those
There's
are the
a
good old
photo,
days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the good old days. Yeah.
Let's get
We've
these
talked
candy
about
bars
that.
out.
Is that why you brought candy
Yeah,
bars?
that's why I brought candy bars and I put them in the freezer
Ooh.
so they don't break off.
First of all, I'm on an ABC show now. I'm not sticking fake candy bars.
Yeah,
in my
you are,
bottle.
man. I brought them here for old
All right,
time's
we'll
sake.
talk about it.
Yeah, you're
We'll
gonna
talk
put candy
about-
bars in your butt.
Oh my God, the
you
big
did bring-
kind.
Yeah, I didn't know. They're big
Yeah,
kind.
yeah.
John.
Small kinds too. Twixes. If you
Yeah,
want the
yeah.
Twixes because you're
I
on
was
ABC,
hoping for
I
like
get
a
it.
mini.
Okay.
I
Can I
bought
just say
different
that?
kind. I don't know which one.
All right, can I
Peanut
just say
based.
this? Okay,
Yeah,
can I
yeah.
say this? Okay. I swear to God, I'm not sticking fucking candy bars in my bottle.
Yeah, you are.
No, why would you do this?
Because that's who you are, Bobby.
No,
This
it's
is
not
who
I
you
am.
are.
I'm different.
This is who you are.
I'm different.
No, you're not hateful anymore.
Yeah,
But you're still the guy who
I'm
sticks candy
different.
bars
I'm
up his
not
butt.
sticking candy bars
I'm not
in my
saying
butt.
go all the
I'm
way.
45.
You can try to pull them back out.
How about this? Oh, you know what? I will stick it in my butt. You know why?
Great.
I can edit this thing.
Hey, sweetie.
You can also
I have
leave it in.
I think strategically you should go for the Twix
I
and
am
get one
already
of them.
eyeing the Twix,
okay,
baby.
Okay.
All right.
Please don't put that payday in there.
All right. I will. All right.
Don't
Payday's
choose
all
the
nutty.
payday.
I'll stick it. You know, we're editing this part
Okay,
anyway.
get-
You're not editing it. You'll leave it in.
Oh, I'm not leaving it in.
You will for sure leave it in because you're a man.
Oh, reverse psychology.
You know what I mean? But
Maybe I had you wrong.
I'll stick a fucking candy bar in my butthole.
Oh my
Because
God.
I never saw it. I just
you never
heard
saw
about
it. You've heard about it. Well, you
By
didn't
the way,
have
my
to, why'd
Netflix special is out right now.
Yeah.
Double negative. Go to
Yeah.
Netflix.
I mean, it's like, let me say
what?
something.
Oh my God, Bobby,
You know,
Bobby.
This is the old
It's
days.
a loop. It's a
No,
loop.
no, no.
Bobby, oh shit! Oh my God, Bobby, sweetie, careful, slowly.
In.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
I can't
That's
right
not
now.
in the asshole at all. That's
What?
just
That's
butt
in
cheek.
the asshole.
That's in butt cheek. Let me see.
I'm
Let
not
me see.
sticking it in.
Let me see.
You want to smell it? Smell it. If you want to smell it, you smell
No,
it.
first stick it in, then I'll smell it. If you
Smell
stick
it.
it, I'll smell
Yeah,
it.
smell it.
Okay.
real quick.
Watch out, watch out.
Smell it. Smell it. Smell it.
Ari smells.
Smell the tip.
Let me work up the courage. Let me work up the courage.
This is so ridiculous.
Smell it. Smell it.
No, it smells like chocolate.
It does smell like chocolate.
Put
Oh,
it in.
you have a
Put it
clean.
in.
You have a clean
Hey,
butt.
careful, slowly, Bobby, slowly.
George, what the fuck?
Slowly,
Are you doing?
slowly, my God.
Look, it's in.
That's it.
Okay.
He's shitting it out. Shit out of
My
Twix.
goodness.
This episode is brought to you by Twix. Great taste and shits out easily. Oh my God, you shit out the Twix.
My goodness.
God.
No, that was amazing.
Oh
What a
my
show is
God.
this right now? Holy fuck.
I've never been able. He's never even allowed a finger of mine up there.
All right.
Because not chocolatey enough.
It's not chocolate enough.
How quickly
Oh
was he able to convince you?
That's what comedy was in the old days. Man.
You want to hear something that I did?
No.
I do a sports podcast, Punch Drunk Sports, and I Skype in because I used to do it here,
Yeah.
and then I
Yeah.
moved to New York, so I Skype in, and I take shits all the time, and I just like suddenly like, all right, are you shitting while you're doing this podcast? And I'm like, oh no, okay, it's a different one. And then I'm constantly shitting, showing my dick and stuff, and so I was shitting, and Luis Gomez was in studio, and he was like, and I would I wipe and then show it to the camera, and I'm like, oh, Ari, disgusting. And Luis Gomez was like, hey, can you take the shit and put it under your eyes like you're a football player? And I was like, no. But Louis like, I can already see on your face you're considering it because you know it's funny, and the shower's right behind you, and you can easily shower off. And so I just do that. I just put shit in my face, and then I was like, and then I showered.
Oh my
but
God.
When you know the funnier things going, you gotta fucking do it.
I know, but Ari, look at this.
Yeah,
I got a call
yeah,
from ABC.
yeah. You know what ABC is for? Stand for?
Yeah.
Always butt chocolate.
And they said, stop.
They said stop.
Just ease up on the shit that
You
you're saying.
we use Twix instead of payday.
I know.
That is easy enough.
That
was a
like that,
compromise.
man. I'm a different. Come on, man. I gotta, dude.
Television's dead, Bobby.
I know, but I gotta stay on a fucking thing so I can make enough money to buy a house.
Oh,
Okay.
why?
I know I'm not like you into the wild, all right, and like fuck corporations, but you know my thing right now is my dad's gonna die. I need another house for my mom to live in. I mean, there's things that I'm looking in the future. I want to marry Khalyla, have kids. I want to do things, man.
Did you just propose? Was that how you did it?
But you know, I want to be able to like.
You can still do that and stick shit up your butt. You can be who you are. You are who you are. They know who you
Yeah,
are.
the man
What
has
do
a
they tell you?
point.
What do they tell you?
I don't want to lose this thing that I have, and I
Yeah.
just want to keep it cool, right?
You know what you actually do have?
What?
Pure freedom. And you're losing that. That's what you're losing.
I don't think sticking a Twix up your butt is really anything. That doesn't.
Yeah, that's
quite-
craziness, but that's not
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah, there are worse things that they're gonna look for than sticking chocolate up your butt.
If you called it,
Can I just
if
say
you called
this
it
right
nigger
now?
snack, put it up your butt. Then maybe you'll have something.
Yeah. But
but you didn't.
can't believe you just said that. But my point is that my asshole is kind of sore right now. It really is because of the coldness.
I had the cold's
cleanse-
better for you. That's why I put it in the freezer.
No, I would have rather had it soft.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I can warm up. This.
Yeah, no. That felt fucking weird, but it went all the way in. Did you get some of that?
I mean, the camera's right here, and you're open. Yeah.
It opened up in the camera.
Yeah.
So Ari and I are good. I can't fucking
one.
believe that happened, and that's why. And you know what? I want to get to a point like you where I'm free.
You are free, Bobby. Just don't fucking let them put you back in a box.
You know what?
You
That's
have
true.
enough money. You don't need a house. You can take care of your mom without a fucking massive house. She can live in an apartment somewhere. You have plenty of money. You already have plenty of money. So now you're like going back into slavery for what? For a little more? You have more money than 98% of the country. Not even the world, the country.
Yeah.
And you're gonna fucking enslave yourself. You're a free, creative person.
Now stick that payday up your butt.
Stick the fucking pity up your butt.
He goes through all the candy bars.
Yeah.
How's Ari doing
Dude,
this?
hey, man.
What?
Hey, dude. I heard what you said. I heard what you said there. I'm absorbing it. I mean, at this point, I'm not going to get into a legal thing and get out of the show, but like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You can still do their shows, but just when they tell you like, "Hey, we want you to not do this other thing," it's like, "Oh no, you can't tell me that.
Right.
I'll just walk."
Yeah,
I'd rather not, but like, don't tell me how to live my life.
Right. You're right.
Tell me when to show up. We have a contract. Absolutely, I'll show up.
And I do. Okay, you're right. You're
Yeah.
100% correct.
You ain't a Christian who has his dark life. You're Bobby Lee to begin with. You bring them
Yeah.
fans because they're fans of this show.
And if they didn't know this about you then, now, I mean, that's on them.
Yeah.
You've always just existed. You've been doing podcasts and talking all sorts of crazy shit for a decade.
Yeah.
That's their fault for not.
All right.
You know.
All right.
One time I got a note from a network. They said like, "Hey, you just did an interview and you called for people to assassinate government officials while you were trying to promote our show."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I did do that." Yeah. And they're like,
What
"Don't-"
happened between you and Comedy Central?
I can't. The only way I'll just sound bitter if I talk about it. I can't talk about it. I'll tell you off.
I'm
air.
going to tell you what happened.
I'll tell you off.
Can I
air.
get a guess?
I can't. I can't talk about.
You don't have to say. Can I guess?
Yeah, you can guess, but
We'll
I won't.
cut it-
I
we'll
won't
cut
tell you.
this
I
out.
won't, I won't tell you yes or no. I will tell you off air.
I'm going to tell you
Okay.
what I'm going to guess.
Okay.
Okay. You.
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna try to not react anyway. I'll poker it.
All right. You wanted to do a Netflix special, so you did one, and as retribution, they took you off your own show and hired a different host
Oh, because they
because
wanted
they
his
wanted
special
your
on
special,
Comedy
and you said
Central.
no. I want to do it with Netflix, so they got somebody else to host the show, which is your show that you created. And that's where we're at right
Let's
now.
stick
Am
with
I
that
close?
theory.
Am I close?
But can't talk about it.
Am I close though? Just keep with your eyes.
That's his
I'll talk to you
theory.
afterwards.
All right, all right.
I like that theory.
I'll tell you
Let's
the whole
stick with
story.
that. Yeah.
That was it. That's 100% it. And
He's
that's
neither confirming nor
fucking
denying.
crazy. It's fucking crazy because the thing is that you created that thing. I remember, dude, after we became friends, right? Mm-hmm. And you and I were sitting on those steps.
Back steps.
No, the front steps. And I said to you, how come, you're not on Comedy Central or whatever? You go, oh, no, it's never going to happen. With
Yeah,
him
at some
and
point
them.
they were just not into me. They would never give
But
me.
then
like 6
one
minutes.
day they were.
I did my own thing.
Because you did your own thing. You did your
Got a following.
You got yours following your show. You did it grassroots.
Yeah, to my own special.
Then they gave your special and they gave you that show, which is a great show. It's very good.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
is.
And
You know why? Because I'm a comic, and because the comic became a producer, I said like, here's the way we're gonna do it.
yeah,
We're gonna not tell them what they can say, what they can't say.
yeah,
I blocked every note unless it was like, hey, we can't. This is all in a McDonald's. We can't use it. I blocked every note that wasn't indefinite. I
Yeah.
just said I'll tell them, and then I just wouldn't tell them. And then it's like, we'll bleep it if we have to bleep it. I'm not telling the comics to change their stuff.
Yeah.
Let them go as long as they want.
yeah.
Don't try to make fit 6 minutes. I'm like, I'll edit it later. We're not going to do this. We're
Yeah.
gonna trust comedians to be great.
Wow. And then they fucking took it away. It's incredible. this business. Anyway, what are we at time?
We're at an hour.
Okay.
How long do you usually do?
An hour. But here's the thing.
I have a Netflix special on.
Yeah,
out right now.
He has a Netflix special out right now.
Called Double Negative. It's a double special.
It's a double special, 2 hours long.
Hour 45 and 45.
Okay, 45 and 45. You have to watch it. And he's an old dear friend of mine. Follow his podcast. Follow everything that he does. And I honestly believe that we can do another one of these soon.
What?
When you get back in town from New
TigerBelly?
York. Yeah, because there's so many other things that we didn't talk about.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
That I wanted to talk about, but we just don't have.
Like what? What else do you want to talk about? Topic.
Just about stuff that's going on in the
Like Bill
personal-
Cosby.
Yeah,
Finally
like
getting free. Give it up. That's what you got to be careful of.
I have a question. You high-fived him for Bill Cosby.
I didn't know what he was saying. I don't know
That
what
was
going on.
far more dangerous for you.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
So when you check a girlfriend's email and you find
This is
everything,
the only time I've ever done it. So
Okay.
I don't have a lot of experience
Whereas
with it.
this
Yeah.
is my question.
Yeah.
So this is the first and only time you had done something like that.
And her MySpace.
And you found stuff like so conclusive.
God, it was so fucking, yeah.
How can you not check every woman's email after that if you have even a slight suspicion, knowing that the first time you did it, you found just a gold mine?
Yeah. After that, I still have some trust for. I've seen horrible female behavior. Probably male too, but I don't notice that because I'm not into men, you know.
Right.
But like, I've seen women at the Comedy Store go to the bathroom, fuck a guy, a random comic, and then come back and sit with their boyfriends.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I've seen that.
And then be all cuddly, and the
Right,
boyfriend's
right.
like, "Oh, you're great," and having
Yeah.
no idea, like they just got fucked.
Right.
On the middle of a date
Let's stop.
by a dude
If you
just
ever
met.
fucking do that, I know you. I trust you. You'll never do it.
But when you know they're capable of it,
I know,
it's
but
like,
I know she's not
Yeah.
even capable. But I'm gonna say it. I will cry for a year straight.
I will cry for I'm with you there. I used to live in Vegas, and I have
Oh, yeah.
some seedy friends who would fuck a chick in the parking lot and then meet up with their wives at the poker table. And I've seen this like time and time again. So I have that same
Yeah.
feeling. So I'm somebody who's like a naturally suspicious person, and I have checked, let's say, a boyfriend or a significant other's like email in the past, and I've found stuff before. So like that carries over into every single relationship. So to practice that kind of restraint and say, even when you have a little bit of a suspicion over someone, and saying, no, that's unhealthy, I shouldn't fall into that pit, I shouldn't check, is really, really hard.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, it is. Well, after that, I sort of went through this thing where I met a girl before we broke up. I met a girl on a commercial shoot. She was, I think, wardrobe. The wardrobe people and the hair and makeup people are the coolest people on commercial shoots.
Yeah.
They got style. They're just chill, cool
Yeah.
people. And so I'd usually hang out with them. I wouldn't hang out with like directors and stuff. I don't know. I just wasn't that guy. Anyway, this girl was like cool. We started talking about like Quentin Tarantino. She was a fan, so am I. And she was like, do you know he's bringing some movie from Japan over here? And it's like, I was like, oh really? We start talking about it. Like we should go. I'm like, yeah, for sure. Just friendly. And then we kept talking. It was like 5 hours of just talking all the time. Then it started getting flirtier. And but I had that girlfriend, I had Natasha at the time. And then it was like, until I left, I was like, okay. And then I realized, oh, this is going to be a date.
Right.
Before it was just like, all right, 2 people, but now it's gonna be a date. I had to call her. I'm like, hey, I don't think I can go with you because I got this girlfriend. She's like, well, we could go just as friends. And I was like, yeah, but I feel like we sort of just went past that already.
Yeah, that's
I don't think we
towing the
can.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I find out that she wasn't like cheating, but she was unfaithful, let's say. And then it was like, well, I had a chance with like this girl that I hit it off with that I didn't go for over a
Yeah.
relationship that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
That was ending.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that would have been really nice. So then I just started going like, I'm done with monogamy. I'm just like, hey, you fuck whoever you want. I'm gonna fuck whoever I want. I'm just not gonna get jealous with you. So my next girlfriend, it was like, or 2 girls later, was like, just open. And so we were like, I'll let you know if I got a date. Let me know.
Aaron?
What?
Was it Aaron?
No, that was
yeah.
way later. Allie.
Allie.
Yeah. I got married in the belly room.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I also had people like, if Bobby comes, so he was not allowed. I had people pacing that door. Like, you can't come to my wedding. But like, and so then it's just like, if you're out on a date, I'll assume if you don't come home, you're fucking, it's fine.
Yeah.
So there was no reason to be jealous because we'll always tell each other.
Right.
So it's like, And she would tell me plenty of times, so there's no reason to
Were
hide
you living
anything.
together?
Yeah, we lived together. We had two rules. We had no doing it in the dorm, in the not dorm, in the fucking apartment.
Yeah.
And then no Asians.
And then did that last? That kind of relationship?
Yeah, longer than any relationship I've ever had. 4 years.
And then now you have nobody.
I have lots.
That's right.
Have you guys heard of? Is it? I don't know if it's called Sologamy. Is it Sologamy?
Sologamy? What
Yeah,
is that?
where it's like you're basically you don't stop dating people, but you just sort of marry yourself. You marry to the idea of being like a forever bachelor.
Oh yeah, I'm not looking for I'm just not looking for that anymore. Sometimes I am, but then it would mean like, maybe I just haven't met anybody that's like
But
in a
you
while.
see
That's
Al Madrigal and these guys, Steve Byrne.
Yeah.
You know, Brenna Zizzy, they.
Oh, I'm sorry again. I apologize.
But you see these relationship marriages
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that seem to be working. You don't think that that's a part of your future?
Oh, I pity them.
Do you really?
Yeah, I really do.
With their kids and everything.
With the kids. Also, I see them in their moments. They're public. It's like everything's great, but I see them in the moments.
Me too.
Remember Reap?
Right.
Everything was going great. Everything's going. No, we love each other. And then they filed for divorce like 3 days after they said everything was great.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you were living in hell, and had this public like smile.
Yeah.
So what I do is I try to live my life to make those people jealous.
yeah.
For real. And I'm not gonna sit around playing Xbox all day doing nothing. It's like if I'm single, guess what? I'm gonna go to Indonesia for a month. Shit that you would love to do, but you can't because you have this fucking kid.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna fuck nines. I'm gonna go out there and fucking do shit. I'm gonna see the world. I'm gonna live my life.
Like
I'm gonna
he's getting
experience
baited in.
it.
He's getting baited in. Motherfucker.
I love you, baby. I love you, baby.
was
Wow.
kidding. I love
Tell
you.
me, baby.
I love
Tell
you.
me more. Tell
I
me
moved
more.
to New York in the drop of a hat because I'm like, you know what? I
You
want to live
did
in New
do
York
that.
for a little while.
Yeah, you did do that.
I'm gonna do
You
fun
are
shit.
so fucking free now, bro.
Free, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, you're free too, and you can work with them, but don't work for them.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, God darn it. What a fucking night. Darn it.
Next time I come back, we'll do this again.
We have to do it again. Now,
Yeah.
we do a question. What's it called? It's called unhelpful advice.
Unhelpful advice.
Yeah, you're not going to, I can already tell, but do it anyway.
Unhelpful advice with Bobby, Khalyla, and his best buddy, Ari.
Where did you get that voice from? It's fucking so black.
Hi, y'all. Mai from Minnesota here. Just recently broke up with my boyfriend of 4 years. I initiated the breakup, and it was really sad for both of us. We got a place together, a cat. I really wanted everything to work out, but deep down, I was really unhappy. How do I move on from this, and do you have any advice on how to get to know yourself again after being with someone for so long?
How long?
4 years.
4
Okay.
years. And she's an Asian girl from Minnesota.
How old?
No age.
Okay.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody just wrote this in.
Yeah.
This girl's been sending me naked pictures on Snapchat. From Minnesota, Asian girl, cute.
What?
Broke up with a boyfriend of 4 years. Yeah, the cats.
For real?
Oh yeah.
What does she look like? Oh
This
no,
is
you
great.
can't
No,
even screenshot it.
Instagram.
Are you being real?
Yeah, I'm being completely
Maybe
real.
because I put a thing on Twitter to like ask your questions.
Hold
so
on,
maybe.
can I see your handle just so I can see what she looks
It's
like?
not- I mean-
I'll just see
Are you being
later.
real?
later.
That's fucking
That's
nuts.
crazy.
When you said Minnesota, it went off a little bit, and then the cats in the 4 years. She was like, "Yeah, I just got to have a 4-year relationship."
Well, looks like she's doing
She
just
did it.
fine then. If she's able to send
she
you
hot?
nudes,
She's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
then she's fine.
Then,
what are you
bitch,
even
what
writing
are you fucking
for?
emailing us for? What a waste of time that is!
Holy shit, I thought you were joking. Whoa. Crap.
That's
Wow,
crazy.
it's crazy.
Wait, I don't understand. She wrote you.
She wrote
She's-
us.
How did she find you?
They're all a part. Listen, they all bleed over.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Period.
Yeah.
So what was her problem again?
There is
Oh, yeah,
fucking
what was the
problem.
question? How did she
Already,
move on?
already, I don't even want to hear
How
it.
do you move on from your relationship?
Oh yeah,
She's
you fucking
moved on.
hit on fucking
By sending nudes to
Old
Ari on
Jews.
Snapchat.
old timey Jews over here. Wow, that's crazy.
We have no advice for you.
No
You're
advice
doing
for
just
you.
fine.
So Ari's Netflix special. Ari's gonna go to New York. He plays at the Cellar a lot, right?
Sell the stand.
Stand, all that
absolutely.
stuff.
I got a podcast called Skeptic Tank.
Yeah,
Bobby's
I've done
been
it.
on. Yeah.
And this was a great one. I felt. Let me say
revelation.
something right now. I felt at times in this podcast very uncomfortable.
Was when you had a Twix up your butt?
No, that was fine. That felt like home.
That felt like
You're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
emotionally weird?
Yeah, I felt a little because now I was able to analyze the thing, right? To see it from his point of view, and I could have handled myself. This is the first time I've thought that. That I could have done a lot of things differently.
It's weird how
and then I was at fault.
Everyone goes, I was not at fault at all in any conflict.
Right, but I was, and my eyes, I saw it, and that made me feel uncomfortable, and it was just a revelation. This one. And so the next time he comes back, we can get back into normal things, but no more Twix. And that's why he brought fucking candy bars and put them in the freezer.
I thought you were gonna eat them.
I'm like, he eats candy bars? Every brand?
I didn't know which one would be best for your butt.
Psychological warfare still,
So
Ari.
good.
But,
This is one where it's like, I'm gonna do TigerBelly. I know you guys get crazy. I've heard shit, and I'm like, I know the last time I went to your apartment somewhere else. And you're like, what were you doing? You're like, we were putting candy bars on my butt. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be doing that. We're gonna be doing that on TigerBelly. Wait, what advice was I supposed to give to this lady? Just like, how do you move on?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, at this point, it's
it's time. Anyway, it's time. Time will heal it.
Time.
That's just how it works. When people are heartbroken, you're like, you won't be in fucking a year.
It's so funny because when I was 19, I used to drive by this girl, Rebecca Dreskin's apartment in PB.
Yeah.
And she would. I knew at like around 1:30 she got home from work, and she would keep the lights on when she was undressing to put on her right. And I'd see her silhouette through the fucking window
Because you had your nose on the window.
No, I was
looking
stalking her for sure.
Oh, wow.
And I was with my brother one time. And my brother goes, "Man, Bobby, this is weird."
He was right.
And I used to. I thought, I did that all the time. Weird shit, and I was obsessed and heartbroken. And I'm just not like that. You change.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know if I can get like that for a girl anymore. I honestly don't know. It's
I
been
miss that feeling
since
of
2009.
like despair for somebody, like in your
Despair.
20s.
Yeah, it's like having a
Right?
nightmare.
I feel that too.
But they're like, cool. A nightmare was
Yeah.
cool once in a while.
Yeah. Like I love you very much. It's a steady love.
Yeah.
But I don't feel desperate for you. You know, you're never going to feel that again.
I know. I
That
know
new
exactly what
love,
you're saying.
like, no, you guys don't understand this feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called love. No,
and your
you don't get
whole life is consumed by it.
Yeah.
Like every song is about
Yeah.
it. I remember being in Hawaii.
Yeah, every song.
Right, and there was Nothing Compares to You was
Oh,
playing
God,
on this
yes.
little radio.
Yeah.
And I was literally crying thinking of this girl named Tara Black. Right? I was literally crying about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it's like it was, and now, I mean, I love Khalyla. She's like family.
Yeah.
You know, she's beautiful and all that, but I don't have that like crushing emotional thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is that's not real.
What do you mean it's not real?
When you're young,
Yeah.
you don't have.
But that's when you can get someone to like kill their husband.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So we could be together if you do that.
Right.
So I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's-
you know, I'm jealous of all those women on Snapped because they're in their 40s and they still kill people. So they've had to have felt that type of desperation at that age.
Yeah, the people who still like Mark Maron, who still falls in love all the time. Jesus, bro. What is wrong with you?
I know.
Those are the people that always just eat the muffin top of everything. They love beginnings.
Yeah.
They love beginnings and they love that feeling of the first 6 months and then it's like onto. I have friends like
But
that.
they get all in, like jump straight in.
Yeah,
Don't,
like
put your
pedal to
toe
the
in.
metal. Yeah.
But the excitement of just me being in my career, my other things that I like to. I mean, there are just so many other things. I don't just get, love isn't the center of my universe, right? I love Khalyla. We're partners, but when in my 20s, it was what I lived for.
What?
Is pussy or love, right? Now it's not the center. It's like my sobriety. It's other things, politics. There's so many different things that you think about in your day. But back when I was young, it was all about love and pussy.
I'm sorry, I was just thinking about your dick. It's so dark.
Oh, you just saw it right now?
What?
You just saw it.
Well, when you put your pants down.
Yeah, my dick is awful.
So dark.
It's awful.
So
looking.
weird.
Why?
How do you live with yourself?
I like the color gray.
What do you mean? What do you mean live with myself?
I like the color gray.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. Yeah.
I always say it's E.T. in the river when he was sick.
Do you know the Langoliers?
No.
The Stephen King book about how these people on a plane and sort of the day like eats itself. So
Yeah.
like every day.
Oh, yeah.
it's cleaned up, and these people got through into where the world was getting cleaned.
Yeah.
And everything is like a little dark. Like stuff doesn't taste. Like they find food, but it's like there's no taste to it. And there's like,
You say my dick?
yeah, your dick is in the Langoliers.
You know what? Hey, I'm gonna let that go. I don't think you saw it clearly enough.
Let me see it.
Because I just want to say this.
Yeah.
It's because my pubes.
Are you working up a boner before you pull it out?
It is dark.
It's so dark.
It's dark. Yeah.
It's like it has a gradation to it. It's very light up to the tip.
The
though.
tip is
Yeah,
very
it's
light.
nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice pink and gray.
Cut that out.
It looks like
I'm gonna cut all that out.
Looks like a rabbit. One of those,
Anyway, let's have thanks for Ari for coming by, everybody.
You guys.
You want to plug it one more time, Ari?
Yeah, special that's on Netflix right now. It's called Double Negative: Children and Adulthood, the two sides. See it all at once, different times. You know, have a good time. Tell your friends. Invite your family over. Watch it together. Unless you really love children, then you're not going to like it.
What are you doing, Bobby? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Make sure you follow us on TigerBelly at TigerBelly on Instagram and on Twitter at @TigerBelly. Or you can email us any questions like unhelpful advice at thetigerbelly@gmail.com. And if you haven't already, make sure you go to survey.libsyn.com/TigerBelly and help us out to find out, just answer some questions for us. All right, guys, have a good one.
All right,
Bye.
ciao.